Alright guys, we've got Dark Visions number 12 for Global. It's the first day, so this is pretty easy. I'm going to be going in and using my quick OTK teams on the first boss, and then on the second, quote unquote harder boss, I'm going to use a slightly slower team and explain a little bit, but mostly day one is pretty easy. So like I mentioned, Magical Fight, these are birds weak to ice and earth. We're going to use just the classic Terra setup and take out the easy mode, and then we're going to go and do a slower clear on the hard mode. Not really like a budget clear or anything, but a more explained clear. So I've shown in the past and other videos like what this team is all about. It just buffs magic on Terra and fills LB on everyone. Terra shifts and caps on turn 1, and you pretty much game over win. We're going to LB with Vaughn for the break and imperil. We're going to also cap with Ibarra, which is not really needed, but we're going to do it anyway. And then we're going to SR and double AR with, I'm doing it backwards. We're going to AR and double SR with our 2 support chainers to knock this out. So we're going to AR and double SR. Wait for this to finish, and then we go ahead and send everyone off. And that takes care of the easy mode boss. And there's Terra at the end. He looks like he bar capped it anyway, but Terra hopped in there for a nice 15 billion damage when all we needed was 2.14. Even though that was both the wrong element. But that's okay. Alright, so there we go. Easy boss out the way. Let's go ahead and jump into the harder mode boss right now. So I've already got a team built. I did that a few minutes ago. It's a pretty bare bones team, but it's all we need. So we're going to go proper element this time. We're going to go with Earth. And we're going to load it up. And then I'll show you the team in 1 second. We're going to load up Area 1. Okay, so the boss does physical damage only, so we don't care about the element. You're just going to evade tank it. So Gloof's going to evade tank the damage, and then we're going to set up and kill on turn 2 with Dark Fina and Saul. So Gloof is going to be an AoE cover tank with physical. He's going to entrust on turn 2. Other than that, whatever. Got Zizat's Journal for some LB fill. Gilgamesh is going to break on turn 1 and imperil, and that's it. Kefka is going to give Bird Killer on turn 1, then he's going to do Lion Emblem on turn 2 if needed. Shadow is going to just fill LB on turn 1, and then he's going to chain on turn 2 with Zahn, Lion Saber. Zahn is going to chain on turn 2, and that's pretty much it. And then Dark Fina and Saul got some LB fill on the base form. We're going to shift immediately, power them up on turn 1, and cap on turn 2. We're going to do this, a little bit of Bird Killer, and it should be a super easy cap with 1 unit. 220 Bird Killer, and we're going to get 150 more from Kefka. So here we go. Now, if you don't have Dark Fina and Saul, you can use, it's an ice fight, so Faislis will destroy this. Even old Saul will be fine. These fights are just overall pretty basic. So Gloof will cover. Gilgamesh will shift. I should have started in shift. Oh well. And we will break Imperil, and one of these fills LB gauge. Here we go, fill LB gauge. Kefka will give Bird Killer for 2 turns, right? Yeah, 2 turn, Bird Killer to Dark Fina and Saul. Dark Fina and Saul will shift. They will do Amplify, they'll do LB damage boost, and that's irrelevant, but we're going to do it anyway. Shadow, don't really need much, we'll just fill LB gauge 3 times. Alright, we actually don't even need Entrust, and when Zahn will discard. Okay, so we'll kill him on turn 2. Yeah, like I said, it's all physical damage, so just bring a physical cover tank, and who cares? I think it's fire. I don't know. I don't even know what damage it is. It doesn't matter. Just bring an evasion tank, and you cover it all with no resistance. We're gonna go ahead and shift Shadow, and and AR, SR, SR, and LB, and that's pretty much it. Alright, we did like 7 billion or something. Not as quite as good as Terra, even though it was proper element, but it was fine. Yeah, Terra does more. But I didn't want to use Terror on every single fight. It gets a little bit boring. So instead of one-shotting it with Terror, we one-shot it with Dark Fiend and Sol. Because I got them off-banner kind of recently, so, yeah. So let's go ahead and pop over to the physical fight now. Domain of... I actually did not set up these fights yet. Water and Darkness. We'll do a Dark team. So like I said, the easy mode stuff, we're going to just do easy mode real quick and easy with my OTK team, and then we'll go to like a little bit of a slower clear after this. So I came unprepared. We're going to swap this out. Do this. Let's see. Swap him. We need Stone Killers. And then we'll be good. What's my best Stone Killer? That's a good Stone Killer. That's a weak Stone Killer. That's a good Stone Killer. We will give him Stone Killer, and this is probably like massively overkill on Stone Killer, but we're gonna go for it. And then more Stone Killer. Okay, so we've got maxed LB damage, max Stone Killer. Yeah, it's weak to Dark, so we're going to bring Adele for Dark Imbue. Alright, so you, and I guess we want Riku for this. Okay, so this will be our turn 1 team. We want to fill his LB gauge immediately on turn 1. So I should have done this off camera. My bad for coming unprepared. But we're ready now. And I will adjust the next team off camera instead of building it all, because the next team is going to take a little bit more building. Okay, so what are we doing here? We are going to fill LB gauge, attack buff on Last Reagan. We will break the boss. Let's see, we need to dark imbue Zon. I'm gonna just reload Zon, right? Nope, reload is not working. So we will AR, SR, SR, AR, SR, SR, and we will shift and cap. And that'll be a nice, easy turn 1 on this boss. 99999. Go Last Reagan. Enjoy your time as my best capper until Zidane comes. Then you get benched from the turn 1 clears. Zidane takes that over. But we've got a while until that happens. For now, you can be the MVP. Okay, so we've got to build a team for the other guy. I'm going to do a slower team, of course. So, what do we have anyway? It is Golem. Okay, let me build a team, a little bit of a cheaper team, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I've built a team, a little bit of a cheaper team than before. This boss does thunder and light magical damage. So we're going to use Zizat to cover that. We're going to use Zizat to give Zon Provoke. We're going to chain with Zon and Shadow. We're going to cap with Tifa. Eileen's going to give us a little bit of Killer. And then Venera is going to break the boss. I just got her earlier, so we may as well start using her. She is obviously not required for these early fights, but why not? And we're doing a water team because it's a water boss. So we've got 100 lightning and light element with Zizat. Eileen, we're not using any gear because whatever. Tifa, base form, whatever. Shift form, we've got all cheap gear, no STMRs. So I figured, you know, make it a budget run. Why not? We've got that, and we've got 275 Stone Killer. I am using Equip Armor with the Dark Steel, which comes from a trial, and then the Dark Steel other one as well. Shadow, use whatever. He's just going to chain. Got an Earth Weapon. Zon, just going to chain. He's full evasion. We don't need passive provoke. We're going to give him provoke with Zizat. If you're not using Zizat, gear him in passive provoke. Or provoke with Shadow. He does it just fine as well. You know, whatever. Venera is just whatever, naked. We're gonna play with Venera more on the harder fights on Monday. But for now, she's gonna just break. And we're gonna kill on turn 2. Alright, so Zizat will double cast. We're going to cover, and we're going to give Provoke to Zan. And again, you could have provoked with Shadow. It would have been totally fine. We'll go ahead and do a killer with Eileen. Tifa will shift. And we'll get her powered up. It is a water boss, so we can do her actual power-ups with Awaken and Concentration. We'll do Marauder's Blade with you. Wait for all this to finish. Alright, Marauder's Blade. And then Zan will steal the Imbue from Tifa. We'll steal the Killer from Tifa. And we'll steal... Or Eileen, and we'll steal the attack buff from Tifa. Oh, we need a spread. Never mind. We will critical from Eileen. Elemental from Tifa. And spread the buffs. And we'll just Guard Shadow. Which means no one else is getting an attack buff, but I mean, it doesn't matter. Tifa's gonna handle this by herself. Alright, so some light and some thunder damage. Whatever. And let's go ahead and cap the boss. And this should be a damage cap. If it's not, I'll feel bad. But I think it will be. Alright. I didn't quite see how much damage that was. Oh, 6 billion. We overcapped by 3 times. Yeah, we're good. Alright, so there was the day 1 stuff. Pretty basic, pretty easy. The day 2 stuff on Saturday will be more of the same. And then on Monday, we get to see the new 9.99 billion damage cap for Global, our first time. Are we going to have perfect scores this month? That is a good question that we will find out later. Okay, there was day 1 Dark Vision. See you guys for the super easy mode stuff on Saturday. Later.